Hey folks, welcome back to our presentation. We are going to learn a little bit about laboratory evaluation of acids and bases in this video, and that is done through what is known as dyes. First type of dye we have is organic dyes, and these are color pigments that change color with acids or bases, and there's two forms of papers that we use. The first is called litmus paper. Litmus paper is something that you probably have seen in a chemistry class or in a biology class or in physical science or probably somewhere in your life. You'll dip it into a substance, and if it turns blue, that means it's basic. And if it turns red, that means it's an acid. Similarly, pH or pH hydron or p hydron, I've heard it pronounced both ways, paper. Bases turn it yellow, green to blue-green, and acids turn it yellow to orange-red. And over on the right-hand side, we have an example of what a litmus paper, pH hydron or p hydron paper would look like. You just basically dip it into the substance, and there will be a scale provided on your container that you get the paper slips in, and you'll hold the paper up to the color and figure out what the pH is. So you're probably wondering a little bit about what these numbers are, and that's the pH scale, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But acids and bases affect fruits and vegetables that contain organic dyes. So for example, green vegetables turn brighter if a base is added when we cook. Similarly, red cabbage turns bluish purple in alkaline liquid. So these are just two common examples of how pH interacts in our kitchens. You can pause this and take a look if you would like to look at this a little bit in more detail. But essentially, this diagram shows how we can make different indicator solutions using a red cabbage. Okay, because on the last slide, we saw that red cabbage turns bluish purple in alkaline liquid. Alkaline is another fancy word for base. So we can extract red cabbage and utilize it as an indicator of whether something is an acid or a base. So if you're interested, pause and take a look. You're not going to be held accountable for any of this information. So we're going to stop there. We're going to talk about the pH scale in the next video, so stay tuned for that.